There's a lot of clinch from Fury, which, you know, I'm not surprised, but it's still not great to see. Oh, what? Fury knocked down. Fury's on the canvas. Left hook. Holy smokes. 7th time it says, being knocked down in the career. Okay, now we're going to get to see in 26 seconds, can Fury survive? What's Ngannou going to bring? Hopefully he doesn't get too overeager and like gets KO'd, but the crowd is just settling back down. They're all on their feet. You can just see the crowd just dropping in height. Ngannou had about 20-something seconds there to finish. Alexander Usyk is in the crowd. You just see the smile on his face. That was quite the smile. Smirk more like it. Let's see the highlight here. Oh, counter left hook. So Ngannou hits hard enough to drop Fury. And that wasn't even, it was like a high elbow one. It wasn't even a good flush. Like perfect. Yeah, oh, wow. I'm just downwards angle. Came over the shoulder, which was fairly high. Ngannou hits hard. Okay. Into round 4 we go. First 2 were for Fury, and then all of a sudden in the 3rd, Ngannou lands a left hook, evens the fight now on the scorecard. This, by the way, is going on the record. But we see, oh, another good punch from Ngannou. No belts on the line for this, though. Which is a little, if you're going to put on the records, I feel like you should be putting your titles up, but it's, you know, it's a money thing. Left check hook from Ngannou there, just kind of slaps it out, but it looks like it lands. Oh, good left hook from Fury on the retreat. He's going to be taking this more seriously now, that's for sure. Now he's throwing his jabs. Like early on he was kind of pawing, now he's throwing. And now when he's on the inside and he's clenching, he's not just dropping, he's actually muscling, throwing some weight into it, making it a real inside fight. Imagine if the guy who has all these titles in boxing went down to the MMA fighter. He does a good job with his rotation. I'm really impressed with Ngannou, with his ability. He's getting good movement after he punches. I see the counters coming from Fury, and I'm like, oh, okay, he's gonna land on Ngannou, but Ngannou's head is moving. He's most likely not moving like, oh, I see a punch, he's just throwing. Or sorry, he's just moving his head. And sometimes preemptive head movement is amazing. It just makes people miss without even having to go like, oh, okay, what are they throwing? Now I'm gonna move this way because they threw that. You just get that head off the center line. You duck and bob and weave. They are both throwing hard now. And Fury's not doing his normal dance around thing. He's kind of standing. He's going to have to change that up most likely, because do you want to bang with a dude who already knocked you down once, who's obviously a very hard hitter? Ugh. Fury's shots are just, his bigger ones are looking a little bit wild. Whereas Ngannou is keeping everything really, really crisp. I honestly would have thought it would be the opposite. Down to another break here. The live odds are changing, but they're still massively favoring Fury. Which is interesting because, I mean, Ngannou's been looking good the last 2 rounds. Won the third for sure. That last one there was closer. He just has so much muscle, Francis, and he's doing a good job of not looking too stiff. But we do know that Tyson Fury can rally. We know that. We've seen him drop by Wilder, look like he was flat out unconscious, and then pop back up at the last second, come back and fight. We've seen him in deep waters before. He's not somebody to give up. The question is, did he train? Oh! Francis just puts on the right hand, him on the ear. Did he train in the same way? Take it as seriously as he did Wilder. I think he's got to at some point let Francis know that, yeah, I could hurt you too, because Francis looks much less concerned than he initially did. Initially, not concerned. He wasn't like he was scared or anything, but he was being cautious. But now he's moving forward. He's just moving forward, throwing the big shots. He doesn't seem to respect him as much as he did, which is fair enough because he, did a really nice job in those last couple of rounds. A little shoulder bump there. I'm pretty sure everybody, including myself, did not think that Fury was going to end up on the canvas. I know everybody said Ngannou has a puncher's chance, but he's impressing me. He's back in his southpaw stance right now. Fury's headhunting a little bit, in my opinion, and Ngannou's doing a good job of just lowering his head level and not letting Fury land any of his bigger shots that he's trying for. Guys feeling each other out. Alexander Usyk in the crowd must be feeling pretty good about his prospects against Fury at the moment. Because Fury, he's not somebody who always, in every fight, looks spectacular. He knows how to beat his opponent. He knows how to use the in-tight wrestling and all that type of stuff. He's good. He's really good. But Usyk, when you watch him, sometimes it's like, man, this guy's a magician. Kind of like a big Lomachenko. Good jab cross from Fury there. He did just a little fake, got the reaction, and bam. Question is, does he want this fight to go to a decision? So I don't feel like you still get the win on your record, and eventually people will forget. But Ngannou, if he can go the distance and he doesn't get knocked down and he just loses on points, I feel like that's really a lot more than anyone expected he was going to do. So we're halfway through the fight now. Interesting. We'll have to see if Fury can find his rhythm. There's Mike Tyson. He was working with Ngannou. Right now the CompuBox is saying 108 punches thrown, but 33 landed to the body. 116 thrown for Fury, 33 landed to the body. Not throwing a whole lot to the body then. Be nice to see them mix it up a bit. A little pump fake. Ngannou is not just standing there taking shots. His left hook there, the counter left hook, was the same that he landed before. And he's checking all of them and he's throwing back all the time. Fury in that round did a better job of not staying within range. He kept his punches long so that when the left hook came, he was safe. But he's making it dangerous for Tyson Fury. In round number 6 now, again another left hook attempt from Ngannou. He fired that cross in there. It was dangerous looking. It's interesting because I watched him on the pads and I kind of went, man, he looks stiff and sluggish. He looks much faster in the ring and less rigid, and he just looks better. Fury moving around. This first round so far is going, or sorry, the first minute of this round is going his way. But there's still some big shots coming from Ngannou. Fury really hiding behind his shoulder now. Really sticking that thing in there. Keeping himself protected on the right. And then he has his left hand really high. So the only things that you can really see now are that could come down are the straight punches and the body shots. I was thinking this fight would kind of be done by 4 or 5. Fury would take a couple rounds to figure him out. Just shows how good Ngannou is. It's tough too because, I mean, he's landed some shots, Fury. UFC champion, who is mostly known for his striking. What a move. What a move for him to walk away from being the UFC champion, not really getting along with that promotion, and to leave on top, to come to a different sport, to fight what people consider the #1 heavyweight in the world. I know Usyk is there and there's some other guys, but really he's beat a lot of darn people. And in comes Ngannou. Closing up round 6, and he just lands a cross against Fury. Wow. I wonder if this will lead into more MMA fighters making that jump. I mean, we saw Conor fight Floyd. I felt like Floyd cruised through a decent number of that, gave Conor some rounds. He kept his hands up. He fought entirely different than he usually does. So I felt like there were some gimme rounds in there. Make sure the fans got their money's worth. But this one here, you might now start seeing some guys going, look at it. If Ngannou did that well against Fury, how well could I do against a high-level boxer? And if I'm going to get paid like 10 times more money, I know a lot of people are not a fan of it. They like them staying within their disciplines. I understand that. I do. But I also understand that people who are in fight sports, you want to make money. You do. You don't want to be like, oh, why are the people who are hitting tennis rackets back and forward or swinging a golf club, why are they getting like 30, 40 times more than me? So if you have the opportunity to get some cash, it's hard to be upset at them. Both guys back in a southpaw stance. Ngannou, his fight name I believe is the Predator. I think I was going to say he's definitely hunting right now. He just put a cross off the southpaw stance against Fury's head. Like I said, the big thing Fury hasn't done yet is, even though he might be winning the fight, he hasn't hurt Ngannou. He hasn't gone and gave him that, oh, I have to really respect you, I have to really be scared. Ngannou's done that to Fury. We saw just like a little switch there, just like he oh shoot, this guy can hurt me. And now he's fighting just more seriously than he was in the first couple rounds, but that was an interesting switch. Fury's just gonna have to actually put something together to get the general respect of people, I think. Standing on the outside and winning this fight on safety, being like, I'll pick him apart, it's not gonna get the respect. On the inside, when they're doing those big brawling exchanges, it's dangerous, because Ngannou, just with his uppercuts, they're just so dangerous looking. And the biggest thing is when Fury leads right now, he's not having a lot of success finding a home for his punches, and he's getting countered. That was an interesting exchange there. It was a lot of flailing, and Fury definitely got clipped hard there. But I couldn't tell if that should have been a knockdown or not. Ngannou must just hit so hard. Just another cross coming close to the mark there. This is a round that he could be winning. Ngannou could be winning this round. In round 7, I'm not, as I watch, it's a little hard to score and watch. But he's definitely landed some good shots there, and I haven't seen Francis land anything massive. So it's an interesting fight. After round 3, we had a draw on the scorecards for sure. Round 4 was close. I think 5 and 6 was probably for Fury. Round 7 could have been a Ngannou round. Imagine if Ngannou won on points. If you bet on Ngannou to win this fight by points, I don't even know what the betting would have been. It was you probably just upped your money by like 10, 15 times. Maybe more. Here we go into round number 8. Fury coming out. Even when he lands, like he's looking more serious, but even when he lands his crosses, they're kind of glancing off Ngannou's head as opposed to connecting completely flush. And Ngannou's probably a hard dude to land to the body on, in the sense that, are you going to hurt him? But he's having trouble, even right there. He came down with a chopping shot, and Francis just dropped his weight a little bit and just got his head out of position. Fury has a 2-inch reach advantage, it just said on the screen. It's not a lot. Might sound like a lot if you go like, oh, 2 inches, but they go wingspan when they measure, so. Good jab cross. Fury just got caught in a little tornado of Fury shots there, or Ngannou shots. Good cross from Fury. They're both standing in and exchanging more now. This is an exciting round here. Fury not really backing up now, just like, oh, okay, you wanna throw, let's throw. But he's got to get some counters going. He's got to hurt Ngannou, because that's dangerous. Dangerous to let him do that unless you know you're going to drop this dude at some point. Ngannou also, you have to keep in mind ring rust and everything. It's been a while since he's been in, and I know a lot of people put a lot of stock in ring rust, but if he's been training, he's feeling on point. I can't even really say ring rust because he's never even done this before, but just imagine you haven't fought in a while. Different sport, but you're still, those nerves, all that, he's keeping everything very, very dialed in. Fury's face looking a little battered up. Got some bruising on the forehead. Definitely a black eye on one side. Looks like his trainer asking him to target the body of Ngannou. Got 2 rounds left. Little highlights here. It's like when Ngannou gets going, he just tagged him there, and just see the little stunned look in Fury's eyes. He's like, oh, okay. Just caught in the mix there. Didn't take anything massive, but still, the fact that anything's landing is still pretty shocking to me. 2 rounds left. Ooh, cross, and then the jab from Ngannou because he's out of a southpaw stance. These last 2 rounds are important because really whoever wins them could win the fight. Fury throwing with some more steam now. He's got to be so wary of the counters. I think a lot of time when he fights, he steps in, he gets his shots off, he can kind of float around. But Francis is just on that left hook counter. Fury pumping the fakes. Especially out of the southpaw stance, I would like to see, or when Ngannou goes to southpaw stance, just put that cross just a little more chest level or right into the solar plex. See what happens, but be ready for counters. Fury just happy to stay on the outside. He's back against the ring ropes right now. Ngannou waiting, just waiting, holding his distance. This round really up for grabs in the last minute. Oh, I would just be so stunned if Ngannou wins by decision. Both men just so tough. But I just didn't think this fight would go the distance. the last 10 seconds, I feel like somebody needs to land something to really show that this is their round. All right, moving into the final round. Didn't think that would happen. Round 10 of 10. Ngannou's breathing looking, I mean, it wasn't a super high output round, or even fight for that matter, I suppose. They've had moments, but it's not crazy. Television on Usk. Hands up, biceps flexed. All right, let's see what Fury can do in the last 3 minutes. It's a close fight. Gotta get punching, because you don't want to lose this fight based off inactivity in the last round or two. He didn't do much in the last one. The one before, he took some shots, maybe got a little bit nervous, decided, oh, I'm going to win this based off points as opposed to, oh, we're going to get the KO. But he's still got to be throwing, because Francis is just not backing up. He's just standing his ground. Look at that. He's just like, are we here to fight or what? Just so impressed with Francis on his counter abilities. When he sees a shot come, just moving his head a little bit. Are we going to see Fury open up? Or is he going to go to the scorecards? Or be happy with the scorecards going there? I don't really know if this is a pro either way. Like, either fighter has a better advantage of taking a decision. I know sometimes when you hear people fighting in their own country, you're like, well, they get some suspect wins, or you have some favorites in Vegas, and it's like, I don't know if they should have got that fight, but yeah, I don't know about this. Ha! Ngannou tries a Superman, flies through the air. You don't see that in boxing much. Didn't land, but a little harder to sell the Superman when you can't kick. 20 seconds left. Looks like we're going to decision. Did not see that happening. And when you go to decision in this fight, and you're kind of like, oh, I don't 100% know who won. That's something I didn't think I'd be saying. Wow. All right, we'll see who took that.
95-94, Ngannou. 96-93 for Fury. 95-94, winner by split decision. Still undefeated from the United Kingdom.